So we'll start the session now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So today we will be covering the overview of ABAP, basis, PPSD. Rest all things is done. Introduction to ERP, introduction to SAP and R3 architecture, ASAP methodology, introduction to HANA and S4 HANA. This is not 54 HANA, this is S4 HANA. Then modules in SAP and their coverage. These 4 points are already covered. Now today we will be covering the overview of basis, and then we will come down to basic settings and SAP navigation part.
Okay.
So what is ABAP? So each and every organization is having their own requirements, correct? So whenever they are saying own requirements, they want SAP to be worked for their organization. So initially whatever is delivered by SAP, that is common for all the organizations. But you can customize that software as per your need. Who will help you in doing that? So ABAP team is nothing but a technical team who will do the coding on the system and will make the system useful for you. So all the customizing and everything and coding and every stuff that is related to coding is handled by ABAP team. So ABAP team is part of the technical team, and that team will handle all the customization parts, all the codings, everything that is to be done in the system, like table creation, integration of that table in the existing landscape. So all the technical part related to coding is handled by ABAP team. Now the second team is basis team. So basis team is nothing but the team who handles the infrastructure of your system, like the team who is taking care of the server related activities, cleanup of the server, refreshing of the server, upgrading of the server. Then the second one is upgrading of your application. So every 3 months you will receive an upgrade. So all the checks that needs to be performed after upgrade. Then there are some components in SAP that is to be upgraded if upgrade is available. In case you are facing issue with the existing version and SAP is suggesting you to upgrade to a new version, then in that case, SAP basis team will help you in doing the upgrade. So mostly infrastructure related tasks, and whatever task related to upgrade and any other stuff that is related to infrastructure activities, then in that case basis team will help you. So basis team is nothing but a technical team who helps in managing your application. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the third one is material management team. So the process of procure to pay, this is one of the process under So whenever we are talking about materials, what all materials is needed for your organization to run smoothly, so all those materials must be procured. So that procure to pay part is handled through material management team. So this is basically a functional team, not a technical team. Under technical, you will see three teams. One is ABAP, then the second one is basis, and the third one is security team. And under the functional portfolio, you will see multiple teams like PP, SD, FI, CO, success factor, HR, BI, BWA. So all those things comes under functional portfolio. Where functional. So what's the difference between technical and functional team? So technical team is basically comes into picture for supporting the functional team. So functional team is mostly interacting with the customer. They are doing the customization so they will suggest whether customization is required. So let's say there is a requirement from business, and if that requirement can be catered through standard solution, then they will do the changes in the system and release it for the business. In case if they find out that this is not possible using the standard solution, then they will discuss this requirement with ABAP team and ask for the appropriate solution, and based on the solution, they will discuss that particular scenario with business and inform that in this way, with the help of ABAP team, we will do this configuration. So technical team is supporting functional team in running the business. So technical team is the backbone of the SAP application, and functional team is the interacting portion of SAP application with the business, as well as they are the ones who will use technical teams to provide customer support. Okay. So MM, PP, SD, FICO, all these are functional teams. So MM is basically used for material management. Wherever you will see, you are seeing the requirements related to procure to pay process. Wherever you are seeing purchase orders, purchase order creation, approvals, then you will be seeing the request related to uh, procurement of the materials. So all those things basically comes under the material management category. Now the second one is production planning. So this is basically used by manufacturing industries. Wherever you are manufacturing the products, then in that case a production team is there. So all the tasks related to that team comes under this particular category. This is also a functional team, and users or consultant belongs to that team will support business in running their production planning part. Okay. Third one
Yeah.
is sales and distribution. So if your organization is having a product, then there must be a sales team. Sales team is nothing but the team who handles the overall sales of your organization. Let's say your product is designed and now you have to sales it to the customer. How, which all channels you will use to sell that product, and how your sales is going on. So all those things under that platform. So this is also a functional team, and all the tasks related to that particular scenario comes under this sales and distribution. In the same way, there's one more team called finance. Most important teams under the functional criteria, because finance is mostly used by the customers. Even if they are not using any other functional team or functional area, then in that case also they are using finance. So FICO is finance and controller. So finance is nothing but whenever you are seeing invoices and record to report. So let's say there is a request from the business and they are asking you to pay some amount. So there must be an invoice created in the system, and that invoice must be approved by the required owner. So parking of invoice, posting of invoices on the system, it's basically comes under finance portfolio. So that is the basic idea. So under technical, you will see three teams. One is basis, then the second one is ABAP, and the third one is security. And under functional portfolio, you will see all other teams: finance, CO, and then MM, PP, SD, PS, PS. Again, one more team called project systems. Each and every organization is at the end of the quarter, you will see new projects introduced in the system. Okay, let's take an example. You are working for a industry where you are manufacturing something. So every quarter they will initiate something. Let's say this time they have initiated one new project, environmental friendly project. You have to plant some trees, and for that some project allocation cost is allocated to that project. Okay, so in that case, a project system is required. A new project must be created in the system. What all limits you can associate, you can define for that project. Then a limit is introduced in the system. So all those things, who all participated in that project, you need to enter the names and all those things. So there is a functional product is delivered by SAP that is called project system. So whatever new projects introduced in your system, and whatever existing projects is running at what cost, what all the scenarios, is it profitable, is it non-profitable? So all those things comes under the functional portfolio of PS systems. Then there is one more functional portfolio that is related to HR. HR is nothing but whatever processes related to your HR department. So all those things you can control through SAP HR as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
This HR, some new name has come, no, for it?
So HR is basically integrated in SAP. So in case, let's say, so there are two types of master data in system. One is used for authentication, and second one is basically coming from your Active Directory. In user authentication, you don't need all these information like your basic salary, what is your PF deductions, what is your enhanced salary, what is your organizational level designation, like designation, what's your pointer to the application, for which teams you are the SPOC, And apart from this, there are other details like to whom you are reporting in the system. Let's say your manager name. So in SU01, you are not saving all these details, right? So
Yeah.
all these details are your personal details, and these all details are related to your payment cycle as well as your HR department. So in SAP, you can save all these details under SAP HR category. And for that, there are transactions introduced in the system, PA20 and PA30. PA20 is for maintain and PA30 is for display. Okay. And each and every, let's say just now I told you basic salary, your deduction. So each and every term in SAP HR is associated with a 4-word info type, and that info type you can restrict it from the use of the application. So this 4-word info type is basically a notation given to a HR key field, like basic salary. There is a info type called 0008. Your basic informations related to your business is basically comes under 0001. Okay, so
Okay.
info types are introduced in the system so that you can handle it in a better way. So each and every category in HR is associated with the info type, and you can restrict users on info type levels. Okay, so there are two
Yeah.
types of data. One is user maintenance, user master data used for authentication, and the second one is HR master data used for HR related activities. And this particular module is basically used by SAP teams, SAP HR teams, or you can call it as business HR teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming to basic settings. Okay, let me just share my screen.
This instance access will be given from next class, is it?
You
I'll check
can,
with you now.
yes, just check with
Usually it should come now or after this class. Usually it is given.
Sometimes they forget. Usually they will share on the first session or on the third session, I think.
Okay. No problem. I'll check with them.
Okay, just check with them. They will share the details with you. Okay, so this global settings basically, here you can go to this option. This is the SAP GUI logon tab. So whenever you want to access SAP on-premise, this is the
Yeah.
tool called SAP GUI logon. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the tool. Once you double click on it, this window will open. What is the initial setup of SAP applications? Here you will see in this it is called global settings. So global settings is nothing but whatever settings your application is having, so you can set it over here. Just click on these three dot icons and go to options. You can see the settings options over here as well, like your visual design, whether theme related settings. So every time you log into this particular software, whatever theme you choose, as per that theme, you will see the SAP look and feel will change. Okay, like right now we are using, if you choose any other theme, you can try it from your end. Realize, Corbu, SAP signature theme, classic theme. So this is the old architecture theme. Whatever theme we are using at the time of SAP R3, that theme will be enabled on your application. So sometimes
Okay.
look and feel is changed, so user is really got confused whether I have worked on this software or not. So that's why you can change the theme. So currently we are using past theme. So you should be aware that this particular type of training is applicable to this theme only. Mostly you will see the change in the look and feel, but if you just scroll over that particular component like create change, that those icons won't change. Okay, but look and feel of that particular stream will change. So all those settings can be done through this options. Theme settings, font settings, branding, color settings. So all these things, then interactive design, keyboard visualization, all these things is not related to you. But the thing that is related to you is local data. If you just go down to this history, then you can see expiry time, month, local data. So whenever you are entering something in SAP, let's say there is a field called SU01, and over there you have created one user called King1. Okay. Next time, whenever you will come to that screen and you just press space bar, so system will show you the history that last time you have created King1. Okay, so that's way you can just remember some of your past memories also, and how you can uh, enable that through local data history. Okay, so expiry month, so last 3 months data, whatever you have created with the maximum records applicable at that time for that particular field, those will be displayed to you every time whenever you click on that field or whenever you press space bar. Okay, so all the history related to that field will be handed over to will be handled through this particular setting. Okay, apart from this, cache is not required. And this just a minute. Okay, so this is one of the important thing. After this, you will see under security tab, security configuration. So if you just go to this status customize, go to this open security configuration. Over here, if you want to change any type of filter, let's say there is a, so each and every file in SAP, let's say you are accessing your own laptop. Okay, and on your laptop each and every folder is a restricted folder, then in that case you have to enable access for that particular folder. Either a pop-up will come whenever you want to access that particular folder, system will ask you whether you are allowing to access that folder or not. Okay, that is one standard type of security. In case if system is not showing you pop-up, then you have to search for that particular object here and allow access type should be allowed. Okay, in this case you have to insert a row over here. Right now my system is not restricted, so over here you can't see any, but if your system is restricted for any kind of folder, then you will see all the links over here. Then select that link and click on insert and click on OK. So our new row will be inserted over here, and then it will show you action as allowed. Okay, so this is the advanced level thing, but whenever you want to access that folder, okay, so system will give you a pop-up whether you are allowing that folder to be accessed by SAP or not. Just click on yes. Then once you click on yes, then if you just come down to here and just click on this open security configuration, you will see one new line added over here with action as allowed. Okay, you can do this thing manually also from this insert tab, but that is the advanced level. But I told you that security configuration can be done from here as well. Okay, now after this configuration files, okay, this I'll tell you. So these, whenever we are joining a new project in SAP, in that case, whatever applications is running for that particular business, all those application must be added in this. So this, every time you install this software, this will come as blank. Okay, so you have to add the connections over here. So if that organization is having more than 50 system, then you don't need to do that activity. You have to just click on this create every time. If I'll just open this and go to properties, so you can see all these settings. Custom application server, these are the details for this application, and then you have to click on save. Okay, so this is one of the things. So if I'll just click on this create button and click on connections. So you will see, just click on next. Oh, why I can't scroll down? Okay, so the thing is, you don't have to create it manually every time. So once you click on this create icon, okay, let's click on this properties. So you will see these details, right? Custom application server. And these are the descriptions you need to fill at the time of creating the connection: description, system ID, instance number, and application server. So these, whenever you will click on this create icon, all those things are visible to you. Okay, once you click this, let me click on this, then you will see this screen. Okay, group or server selection. So last time also we selected this one, then we provided the description, system ID, instance number, and application server. And then you click on next. After you enter the details and click on this next icon downside. Over here I can't see it, so next icon, you will see the next button. Okay, click on next button, and next button, and finish. That's it. You have, your new connection is created. Once you double click on it, if your server is accessible by your laptop, then you can see this page. Okay, but let's say your organization is having more than 70 applications or more than 100 applications for a big customer like Pepsi or any other organization where you are seeing all these 100 plus applications, then you don't need to do this activity again and again for 100 times. Okay, so in that case, this option will work. Options, go to this configuration files, you will see this particular path. Okay, this is the path for configuration files. This is applicable on this system as well. If I'll just go over here and type desktop. Okay, over here you can paste it. Okay, SAP common. So under this folder, you will see these two files. Okay, so these two files you can request it from the business. And once you get these two files, you just paste it over here and replace these two files. Just delete these two files and paste two new files that you have received from basis team or any other team. And once you paste it, close the SAP application, close this particular tab, close this one, and close this one. Okay. And once you reopen this, you will see all the 70 or 100 systems is automatically added to your screen. So this is the benefit of doing this activity. Got it? So under options, under configuration files, you will see this address. Here you need to paste configuration files. And from where you will get the configuration files? From basis team or the team, or you can request these files from the one who is already working in that project, because they have created, let's say that person has created these connections manually, all the 70 connections manually. Then all these 70 connections are available in their configuration files. So just ask them to share their configuration files, and then you can just come down to this folder and paste it over here. So all the connection is automatically added to your
So
screen.
once you paste it, if you click apply, all these connections will display here, is it?
No. So over here, we are not doing anything. This is for your information where you need to paste the files. Okay. Just go to this location, paste the files. No need to do any changes over here. Just click on cancel, close your application, and then reopen it, so that system will read the configuration file again.
Oh, so
Updated configuration file.
just by
Okay.
pasting near the select field and closing it and reopening it will automatically configure.
So every time you open this software, configuration files is read by the software. Okay. Under configuration files, whatever connections are available, only those connections are visible over here. Okay. So you just need to copy paste the configuration file and then rerun this software.
So these connections are for different servers holding different databases, is it?
So these connections are for different applications. So this is for S4HANA, this is for GRC system.
Okay.
Then there might be other system, BW system, BI system, Ariba system, SuccessFactors system, HR system, SRM
Right.
system, CRM system. So there could be n number of systems as per business. If your business is using 10 systems, then you will see 10 systems. Okay, got it?
And each of these systems is like performing a different function. Like CRM is for customer data.
Customer relationship management, SRM is for supplier
Supplier.
relationship management. Okay,
Oh,
so each
okay.
and every system is having their own kind of security, and each and every system is using their functional teams for maintaining or managing the business
Correct.
data.
Different business processes. Okay.
Different business processes or data, you can process the data as well. Okay.
And from a security and access control perspective, all these modules or connections that you have access to from a security administrator perspective, just from the GRC module, you can actually enable for everything, or in the each module, you have to go and enable the security options and like
No,
the
so
user management.
basically for ECC or S4 HANA or any other system, security is the basic point, like SU01, PFCG. These are common among all the ABAP applications. ABAP means all the systems like SRM, CRM, BI, HR, or S4 HANA or ECC. So security is basically run by these three codes only, SU01 or PFCG. Only
Okay.
in case of GRC, concept is different, because over there you are handling security of other systems. Okay, it's not like you are handling security of GRC system. Security of
Right.
GRC system is also handled in the same way. You have to just go to SU01, create a user over there, and then only you can access that application. And for that, you have to create roles also under PFCG. But to handle the security of other systems, you have to go to SPRO and do the configuration over there. Got it?
Other system means non-SAP, you're saying, right?
SAP as well as non-SAP. So you can
SAP
handle
admin.
security of other systems also. Like you can
Mm.
create roles under GRC for other applications like S4 HANA, ECC, SRM, CRM. So all those system security you can handle through GRC. But for that,
Right.
GRC application is having different other applications. Through that, you need to perform this task.
Okay. I would just request my in terms of understanding, like while we go through the course, if we have to create a user in materials management module, and if we have to create a user in FICO, how do we go about that? Is it
So no,
independently?
it's not. So user is not created based on the modules. User is created globally. Okay. And after that, through roles, you have to restrict the users based on the areas.
Okay. So just for example, in an organization, somebody they have MM module and FICO module.
Okay.
So there is a service now ticket that is raised that such and such user in my team, they need access to MM, and this other individual wants access in FICO. So that request goes to a central SAP ABAP team. Am I just please correct my understanding? It goes to some central SAP team. So they go to a central module in SAP and they can enable, for that one individual, both MM and FICO access in one ticket, or if there are two different individuals, they create two users and profiles and then add the users to the respective modules. Is it?
So basically, that ticketing part is basically defined by business. Let's say your business is allowing you to create two users by a single ticket, then it's good. If they are
Okay.
saying for each and every respective or individual, you have to create separate tickets, then
Okay. Okay.
separate tickets must be raised. Okay, so it's up to the business whether how they can handle or how they want to be system to be response to the uh, called consultants. Okay, so let's say your business is having a policy for each and every individual, each separate ticket is created for SAP account creation. Then in that case, 2 tickets is required. After that, let's say your central SAP security team received that request from after proper approvals in the system. Let's say his manager need to approve the ticket as per process, and his manager approved that ticket. After that, you will receive that ticket in your system.
Yeah.
Okay, once you have received that ticket, now you have to create 2 roles. Nothing else need to be done. First of all, you have to create 2 roles. One is for finance team, and the second one is for MM team.
Right.
Okay, now whenever you will create those 2 users, you have to assign roles as per the request. If you are saying one user must be having access to finance related T codes, that means finance will need to be assigned. And for second user, if you are saying only MM related T codes need to be given to that user, then only MM role need to be assigned. In case if there is a third user and you just want display access for these 2 areas, so 2 new roles need to be created. One is for finance display access, and the fourth one is for MM display access. Then in that case, that user will be having access to these 2 new display roles.
Got it.
Got
Okay.
it? Okay.
Yes. So, but this is all done through central, the security module. That's it.
So it's done through, if your organization is not having security team based on the locations and only central team is working, then in that case, that ticket will be assigned to central security team. But some organization is following the practices of having security team as per locations, because you cannot request each and every team or individual to work for 24/7. Okay, so mostly organization is following location specific security team.
Okay.
But in case if business is not interested in wasting a lot of money, then they are having a centralized security team, and the resource is working in shifts. Okay, so that they can cover all the 24 hours of a day. Clear? And in that case, the ticket will be assigned to the centralized security team. And if they are following the location specific concept, then that ticket based on the ticket location, let's say the ticket is created for Brazil location, then in that case, Brazilian security team will be informed to do the needful.
Okay, Rohit, the geographical aspects is now clear. What I'm also trying to understand is in SAP, this role creation is only done through one module, which is security module, correct?
Correct.
For all the functional modules.
Yes.
Okay, got it. That is clear now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so global settings is clear now. Now let's just log in. So login is basically whenever you are double clicking on the application, you will see this login screen. Over here, you will see this client 800. What this client means? So this client 800 means so basically in SAP, there are 1000 clients available. How come it's 1000? Because 3 digits are there and it starts from 000 to 999. So total count will be 1000. Okay. So maximum for each and every application, you can create 1000 clients. And there are some pre-delivered clients also, like 000, 066, and 011. These 3 are the pre-delivered clients. And once you log into this software, let me just show you. So this is not security related task, but you should be having knowledge how you need to check the clients. So SCC4 is a basis transaction, and in production and non-production system, in quality or production system, you won't have access to this application. In development, in some cases where there are not following any restriction module, then you can just run this transaction and check what all clients are there. So currently this Waldorf are the pre-delivered clients. This 000, 001, and 00. Sorry, it's 001, not 011. It's 001. So these 3, wherever it's showing Waldorf, are the pre-delivered clients by SAP. Whenever you are creating a new client, mostly you are copying 000 client to that new client. Okay, this is basis knowledge. But how you are configuring the system. Once system is created on your application, these three are the pre-delivered clients. Okay. And after these three clients, whenever you are creating a new client, so this 100, 103, 104, 550, 300, 360, 800, right now we are using 800 because on initial screen you read it out as client as 800. So that's why we logged in 800. And ECC GRC connector Paris, this is the client thing. Okay. So these many clients are available, 800, 11, 12, up to 12 it's there. So you can create n number of clients. N number means total 1000 clients can be created, out of which 3 are pre-delivered clients. Okay, so 000, 001 and 066. These two are the configuration clients, and this is basically for the early watch reports. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you don't, so as per SAP, you should never work in any of the standard clients. This is the recommendation from SAP, and no one is using these three clients for their initial setup or UAT or production. So these three are pre-delivered clients. Always you have to create a sub client for your business. Let's say you have created this 100. So this 100 must be the copy of this 000 client, because this is the basic client and this client has basic configuration in the system. Okay. So once you copy these 000 client to 100, then you will see the initial configuration is copied in the system, and based on your requirement with the business, you can do the modification in the system. Okay.
Okay.
So this
That's like a
client,
foundation.
yes, this is the foundation client. And why SAP is not allowing you to do the changes? Let's say you have done changes in this 000 client. Then after you, let's say after 1 year, you leave the organization and then a new person came into picture. Okay. The one who is replacing you. Okay. Then how he will know that what type of changes is done in the system? So using this 100 to 000 comparison, he will get to know that this changes is done in the system, because under standard this is the process, and under 100 or under the customizing client this is the process. So basically you will get to know the delta part. Okay. In case if you did the changes in 000 client, then no one will be having any idea. If you are not getting the KT, then how you will compare the things? So that's why SAP is always suggesting you to not to do any changes in standard clients. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of the thing.
From a security perspective, can you lock these three clients from editing and all that?
Yeah. So we are not doing those changes. So basically, if you double click on this, you will see this icon, automatic recording of changes, no changes allowed. So this is not part of security, but you can do the changes. If you have
Okay.
access, just run SCC4, double click on that client and come down to this part. If you just select this option, no changes allowed, then no one can change anything in that client. Okay.
Okay.
No
Can you just
changes
show
to
me one how you access the client library?
client library. Means
Uh,
SCC4 is basically a client structure.
HCC4. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Note it down as CC4. This is a basis transaction. But to check what all clients are available in the system, you can just run this transaction. If you have access, or otherwise you can check with basis team. Please share the list of clients available and what all the configuration is done in that client. So let's say if you just double click on this, you will get an idea. What could be the logical system name? This logical system name is used in GRC configuration. Okay. And if you just come down to these things, this is automatic recording of changes. What does it mean? Okay, that's a high level concept, but every time you did a changes in the system, a TR is created, so that you can transport those changes to other systems as well. Okay.
Okay.
This is one of the thing.
Okay.
So
Just
this
from
client, yeah.
sir, I'll just keep asking from auditor perspective because I am into IT like controls and audit. So, do auditors check anything from this particular aspect? Like,
So
have
auditors will check whether any changes is done to this configuration. So over here, you can see the change history for this particular tab. Okay, so if
Okay.
you just double click on this, a change table history, you can see over here, utilities, change logs. Okay, this change logs. So if I'll run this change log, you can see that this no logs found for the selected period. So this is basically coming from the auditing perspective. They wants to check whether at what time you did the changes, at what time changes are allowed, then at what
Correct.
time
Correct.
automated changes are not allowed, at what time no changes are allowed. So who all did the changes, whether proper approvals are taken
Yes.
or
Yes.
not
Yes.
from the business, whether a ticket is created or not, whether business is aware
Exactly.
or not, whether integration, information is shared with the business that for this time these are the changes we are doing. So all those things is related to auditing.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. I
Okay.
yeah. I'll just keep asking from that perspective also, please.
Okay. Okay. So you got the point of client. Okay.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
login screen, this client is nothing but on what is your standard client. And if you are using multiple clients, let's say, because each and every time you are accessing this application and your application is having 10 different clients, how you are going to access those 10 clients? You won't be having 10 connections created over here. So you once you just double click on this, if your application is having 10 different clients, like in this 812 is another client, so you have to change it to 812, enter the user ID, password, and click on enter. Then you will log into this client. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Then this user, enter your user ID, then password, you have to enter your password. This logon language is basically if you want to change this language, you can put it the relevant language under which you want to work. Okay.
Yeah.
Just hit enter, then you will log into the system. So this is basically a login. Now sessions. Once you log into the system, let's say I log in over here. Okay, and now this is one of the sessions. If I'll just click over here, you can see the system details. System DPK 800, client is 800, user ID. I used King law user, that's why you can see this user as King. Application server is this is programs, transaction. If I'll run SU01, you can read it out over here. Under which transaction you are working, just click on this. You can see SU01 we are running currently. Response time, in interpretation time. So these all things are used whenever your application is running slow. So for analysis purpose, basis team will check these things. Okay. Transaction, this one you have used King and you are under 800 client. Okay. Now let's say I want to open a new session. This is one of the sessions. If you want to open new session, always use /o. So there are two types of denotation. One is /o and the second one is /n. /n means just run this new transaction on this current screen. Okay, if I'll run, let's say I'll put PFCG, system will not respond because you are already on the transaction screen. Let's say I have entered PFCG. It's working fine, but maybe it's a demo system, that's why. But if you are running it on existing software,
Mm.
so either you have to use /n for SU01, then on the same screen system will open SU01. Okay, but if you want to open a new session for that particular transaction, always use /o PFCG. Then this screen will remain open and a new screen is opened for that. So this role maintenance is there and you can see this user maintenance is already there. Okay. Okay, so /n is basically you are just instructing the SAP to use same screen for that particular transaction. And for /o means you are asking SAP, you are informing SAP to open this new transaction under a new session. Okay, and session is always denoted with these numbers. Okay, so this is one of the session. You can see this is first session, then this is the second session. Okay, at a time
Yes.
you can have maximum 6 sessions open, and that is through the configuration done in the system. So how many sessions are allowed? Based on that, you can create the end number of sessions. Okay. And slash o slash n, there is one. Let's say if you want to close the SAP, then this is the denotation slash nex. Okay. SAP will close it. Okay.
Okay. That session will get closed, right?
Everything will be closed.
Okay. Okay. All sessions. Okay.
All session will be closed. Let's say I'll open one more slash o. If I'll just type slash o only, then system will ask you whether you want to generate a new session. Just click on generate. A new session is generated. Now you can see two tabs. Okay. So this is one of the tab. Let's say I'll type slash nex. It will close the entire all the sessions. Okay.
Okay.
Slash n slash o. These two are the mostly used part.
Okay.
Slash nex is used whenever you are let's say you have opened 6 sessions. No need to close one by one. Just type slash nex. That's it.
Then you'll have to re-log in after that.
After that, you have to relog it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now SAP screens. So this is basically an SAP screen. So whenever you are typing a T code over here, let's say PFCG, this is again a new SAP screen. I'll open one more T code slash SU01. Then again, this is a new SAP screen. Okay. So based on the application, whatever you are accessing in the system, all those are SAP screens. Okay. Under SAP screen, you will see these type of tabs like role. So this is dependent on the transaction, but if you are on the main screen slash n, this is the main SAP screen. But if you are on this screen and you want to see something, okay. So this is the main SAP screen. Okay, so over here you can see these tabs: menu, user menu, SAP menu, business workplace, create role, display role, refresh. So all these user menu is basically, if you click on this, whatever access is there with your ID, as per that a menu is created for you. Right now I am having all the access in the system, that's why it's same. But in case if it's a whatever access you want it as per your scenarios or as per your access, then you have to just click on this menu and click on this user menu icon. SAP menu is basically, it will turn that entire system into SAP hierarchy. Okay, likewise, I am having access to user admin. So this is coming under favorites. You can create favorites also. But as per SAP menu, whatever, this is the standard criteria. And once you open this, whatever access is there under that, you will be seeing only those transaction codes. Let's say your team member is having one additional T code. So under basis team, cross applications component. So over here, whenever you will just drag down to this, so this is basically a hierarchy designed by SAP to access transactions. If you are aware of the transaction, just type it out over here and enter it. Otherwise, you have to search it under this hierarchy. But this, whenever you choose SAP menu, whatever the hierarchies is defined by SAP, under that hierarchy, whatever access is there with you, only those things are displayed. But if you are selecting this user menu, whatever access is there with you, only those things will be displayed to you directly. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, these are the two things. Then business workplace, create role, display role menu, and refresh. Refresh. Let's say someone has added a new role to your system. Okay, in that case, either you have to log out or you could just try it with refresh icon. If it did not work, then you have to log out. No other option. Okay, so but just try with refresh first. If it's not working, then you have to log out and log in again. favorites. So favorites, you can add it from here, add, change, move, delete. So over here, you are seeing this tab called favorites. So over here, you can select whatever transactions you are using frequently, those transactions you can add it over here and just create insert folder if you want to add a folder over here. So whatever transactions or folder, you can do it from here, and you can share this favorite list with other participants of SAP or your colleagues. Let's say you are the team lead and you have just created 15 T-codes that are mostly used in your team. So just create those favorite lists, download to your PC and share with other participants. So they don't need to create it manually and one by one also. Okay.
So
Under
add function is like in our web browsers we have store in favorites like that, is it?
So in web browser, you are having option of this thing.
Okay.
What it called? Just a minute.
Bookmarks.
Bookmarks. So it's the same thing. If you
Okay.
are frequently using something, you can add it under favorites. And if you want to share it with others, download to PC, and second person need use this feature, upload from PC. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Under system, if you want to see the status, let's say you want to see which version of SAP you are working, which version of your software you are working, then just go to a status, go to this icon. This is your previous logon time, current logon time, system time, current logon time, and system time, and time zone, for which time zone you are working, what all clients, which user, and what language you are using. So all those things can be seen over here as well. Over here, it's a limited details are displayed. Over here, you can see the entire details. Okay, product version. So this is the component specific version. So previously, I told you that basis team is basically used for component upgradation. So every 3 or 4 months, you will see an upgrade released by SAP for this particular component. So they need to upgrade this one. Then every time STPI and STAPI, one more thing is there. STAPI is missing item over here. Okay, so every
Are
time they
these
need to. So this is
sorry?
the component list, and if you want to upgrade it, basis team will do that part. Okay. But if
Okay.
you
Are
want to
these
see just a minute. If you want to see which version of SAP you are working, so go to this installed product version. So over here you can see GRC process control installed, risk management is installed, and over here you will see SAP S4 HANA on premise or something like that. I think we are not on S4 HANA system, is it? Yeah, it's GRC. Okay, this is the S4. Yeah, so this is the version you are using currently, SAP S4 HANA Foundation 2020. So this is 2020 version of S4 HANA. This is ISP because initial shipment pack is the one whenever your software is not licensed. Otherwise, you will see support pack 100, 1000, 1200, something like that. Okay. Yeah, now you can ask your question.
This component nomenclature is standard across the globe, or is it as per like a particular organization's ABAP team can define the component
So
name
these
and
components are pre-delivered from SAP. So whatever
okay.
component name SAP decides, only those are displayed to you. You are just upgrading it based on the upgrade available from SAP side.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So SAP screen is done. SAP navigation system. Easy access screen is done. Okay. So this implementation guide screen is nothing but SPRO transaction code. Okay. So over here, we are not doing anything. So in S4 HANA or SAP security module, there is nothing we are doing on SPRO except GRC. We are not using this tool in any other system. This tool is basically designed for functional teams so that they can do their customizing in the system. If I'll just click on this SAP reference IMG, you will see mostly portfolio related to finance, SAP portfolio and project management, finance accounting, financial supply chain management. So this planning and consolidation, then SAP, this is basically used by three modules, MM, SD, and PP. Then over here, this is REFX. This is part of FI, but for this, a specialized consultant will work. That is for real estate management. Okay, then logistics, this is for MM team, then environmental health and safety. So all these things are basically SD team, MM team. This GRC component is a backend source for trading. So this particular software is deployed for which module? Tell me which module we are using over here, seeing this international trade.
International trade management, no?
Trade management. So it's global trade management, GTS, global trade systems. Then this logistics. So all these configuration project system team. So over here you will see multiple things and multiple configuration options. So this particular T code is used for configuration. And in SAP security, we are not using this T code, but this T code is basically used by functional teams for configuration in the system. Likewise, in GRC, you are doing configuration. In the same way, in S4 HANA or ECC security or SRM or CRM system or any other system, functional teams are using this system for configuration purpose. Okay.
Okay.
So till here, ERP, this is done. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, we'll be working on this module 3, SU01. I have given you some idea last time also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is basically the screen. Over here, we are just, let's say, if I'll just go create technical user, change, display, all those things are there, locks, change password, then edit, back, information system. Okay. So each and every transaction in SAP is having this feature called change documents, and it's basically used for auditing purpose. Change documents is nothing but, let's say if I'll open King user, enter King and go to this change documents for users. This is nothing but SUIM transaction code. Program, this is RSUSR 1001. Transaction is showing SU01, but it's basically coming from SUIM. I'll show you SUIM. This change documents, click on this user for users. So this screen, if I'll just show you, this is again that same transaction, but it's coming from SUIM. Okay. So over here, if I'll run this T code 11/7/2024 execute. So we can see
This is important for auditors, correct?
yes, this is important for from auditing point of view, because let's say your business is doing external audit, then they will ask you all these things. Please share the list for all your users, where change document list of all users in the system. Okay, so you have to come down to here, just remove this icon. If you will remove this king, then whatever changes, let's say you are doing audit for last 3 months, so 11/7/2024, and this will come down to March, April. So it will start from 01/04/2024. Okay, so you are doing quarterly review, and your review is running from 1st April 2024 to 30th April, May, June, 30th June. Okay. Now you just execute this report. So no user is created in this time. I think this user was created long back, 1990. So 600 records are created or changed or profile added, something like that. So action over here, you can see profile created, role added. So all those things will come. Let's say I'll choose this option of user creation only. User created, executed. Okay. So this one user is created called 7fung2. I want to see king user. Okay, let's run this report for king. Okay, so this king user is created by user vast user created. You can see this user ID king, date 3/4/2023. So last year, April, on 3rd April 2023, this user was created. Okay, so and this user was created by user vast. So next time, how you will identify who created this user? This is the person, the one who created this ID in the system. And what all access is given? SAP all, SA system access every time of. So SAP all is nothing but whole access in the system. And through which decode this user was created? SU01. Clear? So this is the change report.
And all those like SAP all S_A system, those are again industry specific or
So
industry
SAP
unique or
underscore all is basically you are having all access in the system.
right?
Okay, so it's not industry specific, everything is given to you. Like FICO, SD, MM, PP, HR, everything, whatever possible in that system, all is given to you. It's up to you how you will use it. Okay. And if I see the rows, some rows are also added. So these are standard rows. So whatever starts with SAP, those are standard rows. And whenever you are creating rows, you start with Z, X, or Y. That we will cover. Okay.
So that means if I go from company A or company B, and if I see any of those except SAP all, there were some other roles starting with SAP, those will be common across all organizations, correct?
Whatever pre-delivered by SAP for that application, if that application is used by any other customer, then those will be there as well.
Okay.
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 Okay. So SU01, we are on the initial screen. Okay. So here this information change document for users is used and rest all is same. Okay. Now coming down to this thing, this create option is basically used to create the user. This is used to create technical user. Create technical user. If you will use thing to create technical user, you will see there is no difference between these two, but technical user is basically used whenever you want to create it for system communication reference or service type. Okay. After this, you will see this change. So if your user is already existing in the system, like King is already there. So I'm going to change it. So I'll click on this. But if account does not exist, then first you need to create the account and then only you will come down to this option. If user already exists, you can see display access also. Delete if you want, you can delete the users. Copy user. Let's say you want to copy all the existing access of one user to another user, then in that case, you will use this option. If you will click on this, like you are copying King user to King2 user, then you have to put King2 to 2. Select which all feeds. So under this user creation, last time I told you that you will see these many tabs in this system. documentation, address, logon data, SNC, default, parameters, roles, profiles, groups, personalization, license data. So all those tabs will be applicable over here as well. What all tabs you want to copy? If you want to copy address data, click on it. Want to copy defaults, click on it. Parameters, click on it. Reference, roles, authorize, whatever you don't want to copy. Let's say you don't want this king 2 user don't have the same name as king 1 user or king user. Then in that case, do not select this address tab. Then rest all data will be copied and you can manually fill address data and click on save. Let's say just copy this thing. Okay, so rest all data, let's say this roles tab is filled with the king user, profiles tab is filled. Then under address, it's blank. It's not blank. Why? Because last name is a mandatory field and system just pull the same name as your user ID. So king 2 is called, but you can change it. You just type it out over here and change it to, let's say Rohit, you put it over here. Okay, and Rohit is here as well. So, and just click on save icon. Okay.
So once you click save, the user will get created.
User will get created with the same access as user king.
So all the king's roles.
Everything is copied. So you selected all the tabs, right? So that's why everything is copied to this user. You just ignore address tab. That's why all the fields are blank. If you have selected address tab also, then whatever data is available in king user, all that data will come under king 2 also. Okay, this is the copy icon. Then this unlock icon. Let's say, so all the things is customizable in your system. If you are login for the 3 incorrect attempts, then your user will be logged automatically. Okay, so either user, so mostly mostly organization, they are running a job in midnight, and whatever logged users due to incorrect login attempts, those all users will be unlocked automatically after 12 a.m. Okay, but in case if user wants to log in immediately, then they need to create a ticket, assign it to security team. You will search for that user over here. Let's say user is king. Then you need to click over here, unlock. It's not logged, that's why it's showing not logged. But if it's logged, it will show you password, logon attempts, user log. Okay, incorrect logon attempts, password, user is logged currently. So you have to just click down to this option. Right now it's showing lock because user is not logged. That's why it's showing lock. Whether you want to lock it or not, but if user is already logged, then you will see the option to unlock that user.
So when you unlock such users, do they get a default password again where
No,
they
no,
have
no,
to?
no, no. So there will not be any changes on the password level. Only the user will be unlocked.
Okay.
If
So
user is requesting you to unlock as well as password change, then in that case, you have to first unlock the user, then click on this icon called change password. Over here, just give the new password and click on OK. Then that password, you have to share it with that user over the mail or over the chat.
okay.
Okay. Then under more, you can see other options, SAP GUI settings and actions. That is nothing related to you. Now, let's see one user called King. If your user is logged, so if it's administrator log, system will show you administrator log. Otherwise, system will show you King 2. Okay. So log status will be displayed here only. Okay, so lock status will be displayed here only. So you can try it at your home also. Just create 2 users, log in through one user and log another user. So you can see the status of that log, whether what type of log is it, incorrect password login attempt log or administrator has logged you. So 2 types of log, incorrect password logon attempt log and the administrator log. If I am doing lock activity on a user, then system will display administrator lock. Okay, in case if user tried 3 or 4 attempts and user is logged, then in that case incorrect password user attempt lock will be displayed over here. Okay,
Where will it be displayed? Sorry.
here only. Before password, you will see one tab called is password status, and over there you can see the status of your user. Sorry, user status, and there it will display which type of lock is there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll show you. Create one user, ping to save. Save. Understand. Okay, initial password is required for this account.
अभी आप यूजर क्रिएट कर रहे हो ना? यू आर क्रिएटिंग अ यूजर नाउ.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, now let me log this user and lock. Okay. Now
Okay.
I want to display this user, then you can see user is logged. Okay. And it's
Uh-huh.
administrator log. If it's a incorrect password logon attempt log, then system will show you that it's a incorrect password logon attempt log. Okay.
Okay.
Log. Let me just enter 2 to 3 times. It's
How
for
many password attempts?
I think 3 are there, but I need to check whether its system is configured in this way or not. Slash set 11. Okay, this is the parameter for that part.
Password logon there is.
SAP certificate, disable multi-GUI, disable password logon. Display. I think 0 is defined. Oh, this is not the correct one. No automatic password change,
Login
complex,
fails to user log.
expiration time, compliance, current.
There was login fails or something. It was there.
Login where?
Login fails to user log. उसके नीचे
Login,
हाँ.
this is the one. Okay. So it's 99, not possible.
Where
So in
current
mostly,
अच्छा
so current value is 99. So no need to do it at your home. It's of no use. Okay. So mostly organization is following 3 or 5 maximum. So if it's 3 or 5, once you attempt it 3 times, then user will be automatically logged. So over here it's 99, so it's of no use. Okay.
this is a very important auditor parameter. We check how
Hmm.
many times you can this thing and all.
Hmm. Hmm.
How
hmm.
how, how did you sorry access that this thing like parameter settings?
Those parameters you can access it through RZ10 or 11, but that is a basis task. Okay, so you need to connect with basis and ask for the parameter settings related to
नहीं नहीं
login.
I'm not saying to change it, but you.
RZ10 and 11 is the T code, but
Okay.
RZ10 is for configuration permanently, and RZ11 is for configuration on a temporary basis, if
Okay.
system
So I
allows.
think you put in RZ11
Hmm.
and then it opened up. So there you can actually see the this
Hmm.
thing.
There you
So
can
in
see
our
the configuration.
when we audit SAP, I have done only once audit. We requested a screenshot of the password parameter setting. So when you open that page, that administrator sent us that screenshot
Correct.
as evidence. Because one of the IT controls is related to password settings. It should be compliant with organizational policy. So if we have 12 character password, if we have only
So
three,
everything is covered under this. If you will search for this logon, then
yeah,
those things are covered under these things. These are the things: password digits, password differences, password letters,
correct, correct,
lowercase, specials, uppercase, length. So all those things comes under this only. So search with
correct.
login and you will see all the login related parameters. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is one of the things. Okay. After this, over here we are just filling the basic details under logon tab. This user, I already explained that 5 types of user. Dialog is for basic login. System is for backend related activities. Communication is data is you basically used for backend as well as for RFCs. Whenever you are doing communication with any other system, then you are using this communication data option. Reference, in mostly organization there are 5 reference user as per the teams. Like finance team is having one reference user, then team, SD team, PP team, PS team. Okay. Every time you are creating a user in the system, you are just giving this reference user to that user directly. Okay. So that no need to search for the roles, no need to copy any user, just create that user and assign that reference user to the user. This is the reference user button. Over here, just assign that user and save. Whatever access is given to this reference user, that access will be inherited to this new user as well. That is the concept of reference user. Okay. Reference, and last one is service user. Service user is basically used for firefighter IDs. And in case if you want to log in, if you want to enable multiple attempts with the same user on different applications or on different systems, then that service user will work. So multiple login attempt is by default enabled for this type of users. That's why FFID is basically created under service accounts. Okay.
And if
After
it is
this
any
pass,
type of normal user, it will be log on, is it? A dialogue.
it will be dialog only.
Okay.
Okay. Rest all are special users. Based on the request, you have to create those type of users. And mostly those requests will come from basis team that we need this user for RFC connection. We need this user for backend monitoring or system monitoring. This user will help you in doing the initial setup of your system. So just create 5 users: SAP SAP SD, SAP PP, QP. And whenever new person joins the organization for that particular what it called field, from that field, so you just assign reference user and save it. That's it.
Okay.
And maintenance will be easier once you assign
That,
a new
yeah.
role to
Sorry.
that user. All the
Mhm.
or entire team who is having access through that reference user, that access will be given to that entire team.
Right. So first you create reference user. Then if somebody joins as a normal user, you use dialog, but in there you call one of the profiles and
Hmm.
then assign it.
Just go to roles tab, assign that reference user and save it. That's it.
Okay. While you are creating that person in the dialog, this thing.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Then the fifth one is service account. Service account is basically used for firefighter. There are 2 types of statuses: initial and productive. Initial,
Mhm.
so even this password expires after some time. So if it's expired, system will show you expired over here as well. EXPIRED. So let's say once you create a user in the system and you provide some password to that user. So for that user also under just now I show you login parameters are there. So for ideal password, there is a validity for that ideal password, and productive password also there is some validity. Based on validities, you have to change your password. If your ideal password is valid for 3 days, within 3 days, you have to log in with your user and change your password. Otherwise, your ideal password is expired. System will show over here, ideal password expired. Okay. In case if it's productive password and you did not change it within 90 days or 120 days, then your productive password will also be expired. Okay. So these are the 4 statuses: expired as well as ideal and productive. Ideal, whenever you are initial, or ideal is initial is basically whenever you are creating a user sorry, whenever you are creating a user and giving the initial password to that user, that password will be shared with the business user, and once business user will log in, then that password will change from initial to productive. And in the same way, you will get to know whether user log in with that user or not. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Concept is clear. Yes.
User group, this group is basically used for authorization, and valid from, valid to, all these things are already explained. Then SNC, and this group is basically used for reporting purpose. Rest all is roles. You are just creating the roles and assigning it to the user. Each and every role is associated one profile. Once role is assigned, profile will be automatically assigned. Save this user, then account is created for this user in the system. So one user master record is created for this user in SAP application.
Hmm.
Clear?
So once the user is created, does SAP send the logon details automatically, or the administrator has
You
to
need
send
to
over?
send it to, so it's manually, you have to create one email and send the credentials with the user.
Okay, okay, got it. And just one final question from my side. So when you create these users, that password parameter settings and all, you said if according to policy we have to implement it, the security administrator has to contact basis team to change those settings, correct?
Yes.
Like how many times the logon should be, what should be the
So
character string, that.
basically, before sending any email to basis team, first of all, you need to discuss this thing with auditors as well as business head.
Correct,
What
correct.
all you
Okay.
are proposing, first of all, discuss it with business. Once you have
Right.
approval, create a ticket, assign the approval email, provide your suggestions that on these things we have agreed, and this is the requirement that you need to perform in the system. Once that
Right.
ticket is assigned to basis team, they will do the needful.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So each and everything in SAP is running through a ticket.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So I think it's already 8:30. Okay. So
Yeah,
any
yeah.
other questions related to today's session, or any other
No,
questions related to previous sessions?
no, like I'll go through the notes again, sir. If anything tomorrow morning we can, you know, tomorrow session we can take up those questions. But tomorrow onward you'll start demoing how to create users and all.
You
Okay.
want me to create users? You can do it from your end also.
No, no, I'll start practicing, not an
You
issue.
just start
Oh.
practicing. If you face any issue,
Hmm.
ask me.
Yeah, once I create user, maybe tomorrow you can just demo like when I log in, right? That how to change default password, how that
Okay,
happens. I just want
I'll
to see
show you.
once.
Just a minute.
No, no. Today, if you don't have time, tomorrow we can do it.
Let's click on it and change password. Welcome @123.
Yeah,
Welcome
that is the default. Yeah,
@123. Click enter. This password is changed. You can see the status. The password was changed.
yeah, yeah.
In the same way, if you want to lock, click on lock. If
Hmm.
you want to unlock, click on unlock.
Yeah.
Any other activity, if you want to delete, click on this delete icon. One pop-up will come. User itne to be is to be deleted. Mail user will also be deleted. Click on yes. The user will be deleted. That's it.
Okay.
Click on yes.
So again, we'll have to
Now, if
create
I
K2 if
want
we
to
want.
open, just a minute, why it did not delete? Okay, now it's deleted. Okay, you can see this status. Now, if I want to display this user, nothing is there because it's
Yeah.
already deleted. If I'll create
Okay.
it again, then user will be created. So all these are the basic tasks. You can do it from your end. And if you face
Right.
any issue, you can ask me.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Clear. Yeah.
Any other question?
No, sir. tomorrow what will be this thing? What will we focus
So
on?
we will go as per this format only. So this you can download it from Geeks. Go to this
Yeah,
Geeks, search for Geeks, GEEKS.
I think tomorrow is the user creation and all, no?
We will cover tomorrow mass user maintenance and user groups. Till here, it's already done. Password resetting.
Okay, fine.
Okay. It's not coming. Go to Google. Geeks. Okay, this is the, just search with this spelling. Go to this site.
I think your screen is showing still SAP.
Okay.
No, I got it. I think I have the PDF,
You
not
know
an
how
issue.
to download that PDF, right? That entire
Yeah.
syllabus, full syllabus. So just go to
Yes, yes,
Geeks, go to SAP GRC and click on full syllabus. From
yes,
there, you
sure.
can download it. So till
Okay.
use the password resetting, I am done. And after that, we will resume from SU10 part,
Okay,
mass
okay.
user maintenance. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you there.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.